Waiting for the machine to fire up, and there it is. Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Monday, February 3rd, 2020. It is 8:05 a.m. here in the desert. Since we have some global instability these days in the market, let's take a slightly broader perspective as we roll into Monday on the markets and what Bitcoin is doing. With that said, Tether into Bitcoin, 2.41 billion, that is rocking. Tether into Ethereum, 1.38 billion, that is rocking also. Volume, 823 million last 24 hours, that's very good for Bitcoin. Half of that, 459 million, was on Binance as usual. Longs versus shorts sentiment on Binance is 38% short, 61% long. That ain't bad at all. Definitely the sentiment is long for Bitcoin on Binance. Looking at this fun little indicator that I have that shows whale buys and sells, we are definitely seeing a fight in the market this morning. That is linked to in the show notes. I like to use about 50 rows here in the settings. And it does kind of show me a right now, this very moment, sentiment as to what the whales are doing. So we are just seeing a real battle right now. With that said, RVN versus BTC. So RVN, BTC in the trading view, and look at that. I am seeing a good number of alts doing this morning. If we look here, if you were to have hopped into Bitcoin on the 45-minute chart here, once we got above the 200 moving average, which is the white moving average there, once we kind of had a confirmation that we were moving up about here, if you'd hopped in, you'd be up over 10% right now. So I'm just mentioning this because this is a 45-minute chart. This is the 200 moving average. Watch for jumps over and below the 200 moving average. Above, especially when they first bounce over, is oftentimes time for a little pump, or if it goes under, time for a little dump. So this is a very short time frame. I know this is definitely what we would consider, a short time frame trade. This is definitely day trading. But if you are an alt maniac like I am, I was watching the price come up to the 200 moving average. It crossed it. It was a little bit weak when it first crossed it. We got some confirmation. And right here, this is the directional index. So the directional index was green, but weak. Then the ADX got over 25 right about here. And as you can see, that's where we started to really move up. And we are still pumping. So if you want to join blockchain education, it's where I learned to do trades like this. So it's linked to in the show notes. Come join the team, make some money. Alts this morning, I'm seeing a lot of them doing this, and I'm hopping in and making money. Where did I learn to do that? Blockchain education. Where did I learn how to find the coins that are doing that? Blockchain education. And of course, there's also hybrid trading there where you can get auto entered into amazing trades like this. So with that said, you can also hop in manually. You don't have to do that. But the important thing about blockchain education is it is where you can learn to trade, or at least I have learned to trade very effectively and make money, regardless of Bitcoin's attitude that day or whether it's alt season or not. There are always 10% gains like this to be made. And well, I made this one, and I owe it all pretty much to blockchain education. That's how I learned to do it. And they didn't help me do this. I did it. I learned on my own how to do this particular trade. I caught it. But of course, as you're learning, and even after you're learning, I'm still involved. I'm still in the hybrid trading. I'm getting auto entered into calls right now, and I am making money. So join the team. I'd love to see you there. Link to in the description. Sorry to hang us up so long on that topic, but I just wanted to show you that regardless of what the world market is doing, regardless about global instability, there's always money to be made, and I always find it, and in great part, I owe that to blockchain education. So join the team, hop on, come over, let's make money in 2020. With that said, Dow Jones Industrial Average, well, we do have market uncertainty these days, recently, but we are starting Monday on a green candle, a negative MACD, of course, but a positive green candle for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The SPX, the S&P 500, well, a positive green candle this morning. The Russell 2000, a positive green candle. Of course, all those have a negative MACD, but let's see if it turns around this week. We are seeing a nice positive green candle on these major indexes. Now, the won versus the USD, as we can see, this is a daily chart, of course, and it has gone below the 200 moving average. That's definitely a bullish sign. Directional index is in the is not doing well. It is negative. MACD is negative. So, won versus the USD definitely taking a hit. And I do believe the market is open right now. And well, we're kind of dumping. Let's look at a shorter time frame, like a 4 hour on this. Yeah, so won versus the USD is definitely not strong right now, and the MACD is negative on the 4 hour chart also. So I'm not seeing a turnaround this Monday morning for that. Looking at the CN50, the China 50, I do believe this is like the top 50 companies there. I don't know this indicator super well, but I do believe, from what I understand, it does show, it's kind of a S&P 50. You could say it's an index. So for China, and we have gone, obviously, this is a daily chart, we have recently gone below 200 moving average. The market is open, and well, there's no at least immediate rebound yet, and the MACD is very negative, but at least this morning it's not dumping hard, that's for sure. Hong Kong, their neighbor, this is the HK33, I believe it's an index of 33 top companies over there. Well, it has a negative MACD this morning, and it's below the 200 moving average, but it is starting the day with a positive green candle. So, what is the world market doing? Well, that's what I can tell you. It looks like America's big indexes are at least a green candle this morning. Won versus the USD is a red candle so far this morning, and I'm not seeing any immediate rebound there, at least not in a short time frame. China 50 is definitely not dumping harder, but certainly not making a rebound. Hong Kong 33, green candle this morning. So, I mean, I'm not seeing it's not like a disaster this morning. So let's see how the day plays out. And now on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the weekly. Well, we are starting this week with a continuing positive MACD. That's really great to see. The week is young. It's a red candle. Way too soon to really know which way that's gonna go. But on a good note, a positive MACD, and at least on the weekly chart, we are looking good. On the daily chart, I don't like to see this MACD closing negative. The tangent has turned negative. Histogram is closing. So let's see how we go this morning. On the daily so far, it's a red candle, but it's still very early in the day. Directional index is still very powerful, and so is the ADX. But like I say, the MACD on the daily, it is not looking like it's going in the right direction. We shall see. If we look at the 45-minute chart for Bitcoin, I know it's a very, very short time frame, but this white moving average here is the 200 moving average. And as you can see, we bumped into it. So today really is all about, on this short time frame, I'm looking at are we going to bounce up the 200 moving average and continue up, or are we going to go below it? If we do go below the 200 moving average, it would not surprise me if we make it all the way down to the 314 moving average at around 9,000 or 9,050. So I really think if we cannot stay above this 200 moving average and make a bounce right now at around 9,300, we definitely could see a bounce down to down to 9,000, or maybe 9,200. It really varies, but definitely if we can't stay above it on this short time frame, I think we're definitely going to see a bit of a dump before we continue moving up. As we can see on the hourly chart, if we move out a little bit more, we're still well above the 200 moving average, but I'm just sensing a bit of uncertainty with Bitcoin. I think it's kind of waiting to see what the market's going to do. I think the whole market kind of woke up a little bit unstable today, even though, of course, the crypto market's 24/7. It is reactionary to the big global markets, of course. So here we go. What I'm watching today, a big one, like I say, watch the 45-minute chart. Are we going to bounce off this 200 moving average, or are we going to go under it? If we go under it, well, we'll see where we bounce. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. At least there's no reason why I see, disaster if we go under it. But we definitely might see a bounce off a low 9,000s number. Anyway, sorry that was a little bit long this morning. Obstacles can't stop you. Weather can't stop you. Heartbreak can't stop you. Failure can't stop you. Only you can stop you. And once again, hey, regardless of the big picture, there's always money to be made. I got this trade this morning. in great part because of what I learned at Blockchain Education, and I think you should check the affiliate link in the description below. Yeah, it is an affiliate link. I do make money, but not that much. I really promote it because I believe in it. Come join the team.